Morning and welcome back to Andy Collier-talks cricket memorabilia. Yes, it's me, ugly face again. So I hope you've enjoyed the last 3 weeks of two with Pete Schofield, his lovely collection down there in Australia, with Bradman and Trumper collection he's got there. Fantastic stuff there from Pete, thank you very much. And then last week we had James Merchant put a lovely piece on about Charles Dickens and his lovely book he was just written, which I think is probably all sold out now, but so well done on that, James, and a thoroughly entertaining book it was too. So anyway, as you might imagine, a few things have happened in the last 3 weeks that I haven't reported on, so we're going to have a go now and show you most of the bits that turned up in the last 3 weeks, starting with this lovely book on Julius Caesar here. Julius Caesar and a chap called James Street were founders of my club, Broadwater, which is now Farncombe, which started in 1938, taken over from Broadwater when it packed in. But Julius Caesar there were a big family down in Godalming of the Caesars. One team played All England 11. And Julius Caesar, he won on the second tour, or well, he won on the first tour actually, that left England to North America, and then the second team to Australia with George Parr. And it's a lovely story of the ill-fated cricketer by Jeff Amy. So if you can get hold of one of those, it gives you a good insight into the life of Julius Caesar. That's the first one. And then we come to Swap with James here, which is a 1928-29 tour original cartoon by Wells. And it's showing Wally Hammond there, who's 169 not out. This is the Melbourne test, third test, just over the Christmas or New Year period, shall I say. And it's showing the Australians toiling in the field. And the lovely one there with Percy Fender on his typewriter down there writing about it, because he was on the tour as a journalist. That's quite a nice cartoon there. Nice swap with James, so it's a nice one to have, that one. And then we come to May 1926 and The Bystander, which was a magazine. This one's showing Surrey defeats Hampshire, and it's got again Percy Fender up the top. There's some love, the cartoon's favourite character, I should think. Can do some lovely cartoons of him. Then we've got the likes of C.T.A. Wilkinson, who's Surrey captain, Jack Hobbs, Phil Mead, and who else have we got there? We've got Kennedy as well down the bottom there. So some Hampshire and famous Hampshire and Surrey cricketers in that one. That's another nice one. 1926. This one here is 1914, this one. This is a Tom Webster. Lovely cartoon there. Again, Percy Fender appears there, look. He played for Sussex and then come in for Surrey. And we've got Bill Hitch. And what else have we got there? East, and again Wilkinson here. So another nice Tom Webster cartoon there. This is sketches by Tom Webster, the Daily Citizen's special artist. There he was. I think we all know Tom Webster's cartoons. Now some signatures that turn up. Eric Russell, Middlesex and England. 10 matches for England, I think. Quite a nice signature there of Eric Russell. Another one here of Arthur Milton, who was England's last cricket football international. Went on tour to Australia. I think he played 6 test matches for England and then ended up a postman, which is sort of dear to my heart, my mum being a postmistress and all that sort of stuff. And then the sniffer, I swapped a signature with the sniffer of Steve Ogrizovic, who's a Liverpool player, a Shropshire cricketer, fast bowler, and won a FA Cup medal with Coventry City. So I think he saw him on a players' day somewhere down in Worcester. So that's a nice one there of Steve Ogrizovic. And a couple of nice postcards turn up here. This one of Sir Len Hutton, or Len Hutton as he was then, 1938, coming out the bat with his 364 at the Oval. And nice postcard there. I don't know if it's been written on there at the side what it's all about, but not quite sure you can read those. It's got on the back, Leonard, at home he comes. So on Saturday. So that's an interesting postcard there. Another interesting one was this one, Don Bradman image in an Artaloid frame. An Arteloid frame, yeah. It's about the 40s and 50s they came out. This is meant to be untarnishable, this frame, which after 70 odd years is doing pretty well. Now that image of Bradman I hadn't seen before, so I thought, well, I'll get that, and I don't think many other people have seen it either, so it might be a bit of a rarity, that image. It may have come out somewhere, but I certainly haven't seen it, and a lot of other people haven't, so might be one up there for me. And then a lovely menu cover here, Worcestershire County Cricket Club, 1953, and in the middle there it's signed by 14, 12 in there, 2 on the back there, Ring and Davis on the back. Unfortunately missing Morris, Harvey and Johnston, but a nice card there. And the Australian touring side, Mr Hassett, or Lindsay Hassett, I say, George Davis, manager, they spoke, and the guests were Gilbert Ashton and the Mayor of Worcester. So a nice rarity there. And with that came along 3 Bradman Weet-Bix cards by Sanitarium. 3 there, 5, 6 and 16. 16 in the series. I'm reliably informed these are 1996-7. Quite a few Weet-Bix cards come out of Bradman and various series, but that's a nice one. I've got one signed one of Bradman in a photograph. That's quite a nice little Weet-Bix set of cards there. And then Matt Thompson sent over a lovely postcard of the Omra, my love of the ships and the connection with the MCC and Australian teams. That's the Omra. And then with that came a lovely race card there. This one actually from the Arama. This one, a nice race card there. 6 races, quite a popular activity on board ship for an evening. 6 races. A nice cover there from which is printed on board ship. That's a nice one. Also with that comes some lovely Christmas cards. To greet you from far away, this one here, the image of a ship. This is probably 50s, I've seen, with 2 funnels. And this one's from Auntie Maggie and Uncle Harry, this one. So quite a nice Christmas card there. Don't seem to get those anymore. Another one here, another 2 funneled ship. Oops. This one here, greetings card. It's a greeting across the sea from Wallsend, I think it's up Geordie Land somewhere. That's quite a nice card there. And the other thing that came through is this lovely Arama itinerary from Matt, and that shows you where they go, where they've been from March the 4th to April the 18th, when they ended up in Brisbane from Tilbury via Colombo, Suez Canal. What a trip it must have been. And also some cocktail sticks as well there from Cunard and Iberia and whatever. So quite nice ones there. And then this lovely ticket or pass, 1891 to or for Oxford and Cambridge at Lord's, 1891. And this match was won by Cambridge by 2 wickets. Sammy Woods, F.S. Jackson, they were the players in it. And on the Oxford side, captain was M.R. Jardine, who was the father of our famous Douglas Jardine and the Bodyline series, who we'll never forget. So that's those bits and pieces that turn up. And then we got some lovely Toby jugs. I'll swap from James Merchant here. These are H.J. Wood Toby jugs. This is the bowler. Quite a bit of fun, these. Nice one there. And that's the H.J. Wood mark on the bottom there. Another one here that turned up was the batsman in this series. There's 3 in the series. That's quite a nice one there from that series. And the last one that makes it up is the, well, apparently it's Donald Trump, but I don't think it's the wicket keeper, praying that the ball's gone up somewhere by the looks of it, but that's a nice one to complete the set. And then to complete my set of Royal Staffordshire, or pair of Royal Staffordshire plates, this is the Australian one, 1977, which I already had. for the Jubilee Test Series. And then with that came this one here, Royal Stafford, England 1977, Jubilee Test for Australia. Nicely signed plate there, all the players. So that is now a paired up set. So I hope you've enjoyed that. A little look through what's happened in the last 3 weeks. Next week is the 150th video podcast. So we'll go through some bits and pieces of my favourite things that have turned up since the 100th one. Perhaps I might slip in a couple of real favourite ones. So up to then, I'll hope you've enjoyed that, and I'll see you next week. Cheers.